So I just woke up from like a little sleepy sleep because, yesterday, not only did I had a show, after my show, I did like a meet and greet. I always do a meet and greet, but yesterday was like a lot of people. So I did a meet and greet of like 40 people. Then after I did that meet and greet, I took my wig off, put a wig on, kind of redid my makeup and everything. Then I went to the club and I drank a little bit. And even after a drink and I got home like around 5 a.m., I had to wake up like around 9 a.m. because my phone was ringing off the hook with this whole Grow Good stuff. Grow Good that came out today. Everybody just keep calling me because I'm trying to get everybody and everything situated for this Atlanta show. Like family and friends and everything is like my last shows. So I'm trying to have everybody like be comfortable, make sure everybody have everything. So I practically didn't sleep today. I took a little nappy nap. Then I went out to eat with my cousin and my aunt and my baby and my niece. And I slept and now I'm up. So, but what I really wanted to tell y'all, right? Because you know how I did my little statement from that Groker stuff? I really want to let y'all know how that came about, okay? So I'm going to let y'all know how that whole Groker thing really came about 3 years ago, like around 2024. So at the end of 2023, right? My career felt really weird. I know that if I was consistent with the music, I was going to be back up where I want to be. But it was hard for me to be consistent with the music because my ears were shut down. I didn't like no songs. I didn't like nothing that I was coming up with. I didn't like nothing that other people was coming up with. Sometimes when you like shut down and you don't feel like you have done everything and you have heard everything. Sometimes I'm like that even with clothes. That's how I felt when it came to my creative space. I didn't like what I was doing. I was doing things with Party. I was doing things with other people. And it's like, I just didn't like what nobody was coming up with. So it was hard for me to be consistent with music. I did had a couple of songs, but I was like, I'm not really sure if I wanted to put them out. But then, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. At the end of 2023, you know how we always be like, oh, by the end of the year, we're going to make plans for the beginning of the year. I did that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of 2023, my plan was to go to Colombia, remove my shots, shoot music videos for songs that I already had, and I followed that. And everything went down the drain. Let me tell you. I shot like what? You know what I'm saying? I shot like what? And while I shot like what, I was in Colombia recording songs. Like I did like what, and then I went straight to Colombia to remove some of my shots, right? While I was in Colombia, I had this really weird sadness that I was like, no matter, like I want to continue to follow with my plans, but I was so depressed that I couldn't continue with my plans like I wanted to. I came back from Colombia and I shot the music video for Enough. And we did the whole promo plan and we did everything, but I wasn't really confident and I didn't really feel good in myself. Then after that, I went to LA and I went to LA to continue to finish my album, to keep doing music on my album and doing a lot of promo because Enough is like coming out and we're doing promo. And like I said, I was so depressed and I felt so empty in the inside. And it wasn't easy because like not only I'm not sure where I'm like locked out in my creative site, like in my head. I feel like I have jumping me. All these that's why I'm not that's why I don't a lot of these female rappers because when I was going through some these bitches, they could attack me when I was in my lowest. I ain't never gonna forget though. I'll do all y'all bitches time, but I don't even make it a priority. Like it's like, you know what, I'm gonna get over that. But when I was going through a hard time, you bitches put me through it. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is 2024. I did a lot of plans for 2024 at the beginning of 2024, but I was in such a depressed state that I couldn't continue. Then I found out I was pregnant, and I found out I was like 18 weeks pregnant. Now, are you 18 weeks pregnant? Well, like I said, I had surgery, so I wasn't getting my period. But I thought I wasn't getting my period because I just had surgery and I was thinking like, oh, well, maybe the surgery was just, It was a lot. I was in anesthesia for 6-7 hours. So, like sometimes when I do surgery, I don't get my period for like 2-3 months. Come to find out, I was pregnant. And I decided I was going to keep my baby. And I did kept her. And I love her. But while I was pregnant, there was talks. You know what I'm saying? There were talks. There was concerns from people that I work with. But I kept telling them, like, I kept telling myself, I'm going to still do the work, which I did. The whole time I was pregnant with Blossom, I never left the studio. Never. I was sleeping in the studio for 4 or 5 days. That's not the point. The point is, it was just not my moment. 2024 was just not my year. But in 2024, I told Patience, right? Because I had to make some money. You know what I'm saying? I have to make money. And I do make money, but, there's going to be months that you make $2 million a month, or there's going to be months that you can make 10, or you make 500. You just never know what you make in a month. But I feel like in 2024, I wasn't making the money that I really wanted to make. And in order for me to make the money that I wanted to make, I had to take these festivals. But I couldn't take festivals because I could, but I couldn't. Because I just felt like, why am I going to do festivals when I don't have new music? I don't like performing if I don't have new music. I kept saying, like, it's like, yeah, I could take the money, but is people going to see me try to perform five-year-old songs? So I just kept saying no to festivals, and I just set my ass down. So I'm like in a whole limbo in 2024. And I kept telling myself, I told Patience this, right? Yo, I need to leave my kids something. Because I cannot depend on festivals. I cannot depend on endorsement deals. I cannot depend on these equity deals that I have done. Because I have a lot of deals that I did from equity. Like I did a lot of equity deals. Don't worry. I got my hands in a lot of pots. You know what I'm saying? I got my hands in a lot of pots. So I told her, right? You are not just somebody that I work with. You're like my sister. We literally, like, me and Patience have fallen outs and come back, fallen outs and that, because she's like my older sister. And it's like, I need to build an empire, and I need you to help me. She has a different type of patient than me. She's a better talker than she's a better talker than me. She's better at doing numbers than me. And I know she's the type of person that is like, she's not going to finesse me because she wants to be just as rich as me. So I just know that thing. And I was like, listen, it's time for us to change our life around. And it's like, what are we going to do to change our life around? And it's like, well, I'm not a makeup person. So that's something that I don't want to sell makeup because I don't know how to do makeup. I don't really want to do skincare because I just have good skin. So sometimes I just put Vaseline in my face, and sometimes I do like a whole skincare thing. But there's people that really take that to the heart. Like I have a cousin that he had acne his whole life, and himself cured his acne with his skincare. So I feel like that's not my lane, but my lane is hair. My lane is hair, and I have another lane, which y'all gonna see. And I told her, it's time. I'm tired of making other people rich. It's time for us to get rich of what we love to do. We need partners. We need this. We need that. And that's exactly what me and Patience did. And I had this conversation with her when I felt like I was at the bottom. At the bottom, yeah, I'm Cardi B. But they're coming out. I have that don't even have half my accolades dissing me. You know what I'm saying? At the moment. And I cannot even say nothing. Because one thing about it, like when somebody got a hype and they trying you just got to shut the up. You just got to be like, you know what? Remember what Drake said? Like, but get it while you here, boy. Because all that hype don't feel the same next year, boy. That's how I was feeling. So I was like, you know what? Get it while you here. Because all that hype ain't going to feel the same next year. That's why I was just quiet and letting this play out. One thing about it, you got to calm down and see play out. Sometimes people think that I'm like very impulsive, but I'm not. I'm very if you as a Libra, you know that we be like, I'm gonna get you at the right moment. We just be quiet sometimes. Y'all think that we so impulsive, but we not. But anyways, point is 2024 was a very, very bad year for me. But 2024 was the year that I decided to say, listen, I have to leave a legacy for my kids. If God forbid something happens to me tomorrow, I cannot just leave my kids with them couple of millions that I have in my bank account and a music catalog that God forbid if something happened to me, it would have to be split and who the knows. You know what I'm saying? I have to leave my kids something that is mine. Like if I own and I buy a restaurant and God forbid something happened to me, that's my kids. That's my kids. Then that's the type of business that I want to do. That's why I got Grow Good and I know it's coming up. Like it's like I don't want something that oh my God, what the f- that? You heard that? Am I being too loud? Oh my God. I'll call you back. Get the f- out of me. Whole point is, I'll tell y'all later because get the f- out of me. Whole point is, in 2024, it was one of the lowest years of my life. And in the lowest year of my life, that's when I decided I'm going to own my own business. I'm going to go through it. I became partners with the Revolve owners. And we have tested this product like 11 times. We have tested this product like 11. My voice. I lowered my I tested these products like 11 times. We have tested this product in like I say about 10 different hair textures and stuff like that. Because one thing about it is like a lot of people think that I'm only testing this hair product on myself and on my kids. No, this shit is being tested on different people all the time. Like we've been working on this product for 3 years and it finally came out and it completely sold out. But I just want to say it took time. Good things don't happen right away. So yeah. I'm hot. I'm waiting for 6 a.m. to come so I could buy some Chick-fil-A ice. Just wanted to let y'all know. I'm getting off. I'm started.